Good evening. If you would like to listen to a 41-year-old grown adult drone on for about 10 minutes, maybe less, maybe a little bit more, drone on about a bunch of different skates he's been skating, but hasn't talked too much about each one in one video, you've come to the right place. We got the Mesmer Team, the M12, the Seba CJSX Wizard boot with the Thursday IQON frames, the Twister, and the Smedium. First I'll start, I guess, with the Mesmer Team. I'm not disappointed by this skate. They have improved it, but compared to the P-Bax version, it's a little heavy, and the Smedium beats it out by quite a bit. But I will say, also, it's a little cheap feeling in some spots. The price point's awesome. They did widen this, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not a huge change. The hardware's fixed on the inside. The V-cut, kind of a good thing. There's one thing about this skate though that I will say. It looks really good when you're wearing it, when you're looking down at it, when you see footage of it. So that is worth quite a bit. And the sole plate is probably still one of my favorites. I have to say, I think I like it more than the Them 909 soles. And that's saying a lot, although I've only had one session on the Smedium, and the Smedium plate felt very close to these plates. But I one of my favorite soles of all time was the K2 Varsity, for the size, shape, how fast it slid. The Royale on these are incredible. So if you're curious about, one more, what? They just released another version that close to releasing this one. So anybody who, not that I guess that gray one's not that different, but it's weird that they released those so close together. So if you're curious about this skate and it's within your budget and you can fit it, I recommend it. But eventually, like if you can hold off until they do a P-Bax version with the changes they added to this, I would say wait for that. But these are cheap enough. They look good. They slide great. I'll pull them out once in a while. Not disappointing. Not amazing. I will skate them more. I do recommend them if you're curious, and they look amazing. They don't work for Wizard. They're really good for anti-rocker. The shell is very wonky on the bottom. These also roll flat so far. Who knows what will happen in the summertime. Next, I skated these quite a bit, but I haven't used them with the Intuitions yet, and I haven't put hockey laces in. So that could change the feel quite a bit. But I will say, rollerblade between the blank and this skate, they do have the best stock liners outside of Intuition. Really good stock liner. Very comfortable skate, very fast skate. The wheels that come with them are incredible. So you don't have to get mushroom blading wheels. It's a bonus if you do, but the wheels, those hydrogen, so good. The only drawback to this skate is I thought I'd be able to do tricks in this skate, and 165 mount is awful. These frames are not great. I'll eventually get different frames to try on them, maybe like some 90mm frames, Lucy, and try them with Intuitions and hockey laces. But these are really good. I'm very happy I bought these. I'll be putting the tree wheel frames on them eventually and doing some distance skating, but in terms of an exercise skate, that's amazing out of the box. And the price was not horrible for what you get. Great. The frame just seems like outdated or cheaper technology, which I think people told me that going in. And yeah, 165 is just no good for tricks, but for like skating around, exercising, very good. So this will be in the mix more next year with more frames, things. Impressed. It's been a good run leading into the Smedium of trying things. This was just really disappointing when I tried to do wizardy big wheel like stuff. That it was incredible how much better the Roces 1992 or Roces 1992, how much better it was for tricks and things than this skate. But for distance, exercise, fitness, good. You've already heard me talk a lot about this. If this was the only skate left on the planet to skate, I would still skate. It's trustworthy. The shell's a little bit long. I was getting some pressure points here, but these are definitely stiffer than the V13s. Biggest flaw still is that there's only 2 bolts in the back, which I've talked about a lot, so you're probably sick of me talking about it. They need 4 bolts in the back because you can feel this pull sometimes. And this and the Smedium, something that the Mesmer has is that the UFS bolts and the sole bolts are all go through the shell. You can definitely feel that the sole is attached to the boot, or sorry, yeah, the sole's attached to the boot, but you can feel that your frame is attached to the sole and that your frame is not attached to the boot. That's a minor gripe with the M12 and the 909, but they still perform really well. Love the sole plate, love the royal groove. These look awesome. I don't know how much I'll go back to them now that I have the Smedium, but I will probably do an experiment where I do like 72mm frames in these, because the Roces 1992 or Roces 1992 was so good. And everybody knows that it's the best buckle. It's riveted cuff. It's such a classic look. Some of the greatest skating of all time and trick invention happen on this skate. They just need to adjust this sole plate just a little bit. But you see the people doing tricks and it's just a classic. It's tested and true. People go from other skates to this skate and their style is so much better. Nils is a great example. When he went from Rems to these, incredible. Even the early Joe Atkinson stuff, it's not the Solomons. It's that he's a good skater, and when he's in a classic skate it looks great. And then I also prefer Bobby when he's in M12s over the monstrosity Frankenstein sole plate of the Fifth Element, or that weird, whatever his weird skate is that look like a special weird cartoonish shoes. Everybody knows that this boot, I'll quickly talk actually, I tried to use the 42 Wizard shell with the bigger toe box and the Wizard liner but it didn't have the instep strap, and it just, if you have to have this strap on like a performance fit downsized shell. So I hadn't skated the premium in this older 43 shell with it's the tighter toe box. I loved it for the mugs at it. It was really good, like a comfort fit shell with the premium and Wizards, amazing, so fun. It's like it's a touch sloppy with my 27.5 foot, but love it. And if I don't get a new Wizard boot in the next year, this boot should be good. Bad for aggressive, but this frame was really good. Very, very impressive. To the point that I think I might order the 260 version for the Smedium, because that's the new pursuit of testing is 260mm frames for the Smedium. Although the 250s feel very good. So I do need to try this frame. I guess I could try it. I could try it on the Smedium. I could try it on the Mesmer Team. I could try it on the M12. I'll likely just skate it on the Smedium. The trick skating that I did, the inline skating tricks that I did on the yellow curb in this setup, there were new ideas because of this frame. The length felt really good. So this on the Smedium soon. The groove feels amazing. They slid fast. Again, I'm apprehensive about switching this to the Smedium because I don't want to take the middle wheels out. But I'm hoping the longer I leave them in, the more this stretches out. But yeah, I can't recommend this stupid sole plate on this skate. Some people skate it really well. These sole plates just feel awful. Same as carbon sole plates. Anything that mounts through just the UFS holes that doesn't have any like wrapping around to secure the plate, its sole grinds don't feel like sole grinds. Like when the boot is one shape, but then the sole comes out past the toe. It's hard to describe, but it feels like you just have a lazy piece of plastic sandwiched between your foot and the skate, and it just doesn't feel good to grind in. But I will say, yeah, people skate these very well. Lastly, the Smedium. I went to go skate these today with the Wizards on them, but it was wet. It was +9 though in counts, which is very, very, very weird this time of year. So hopefully tomorrow I will be skating these and filming a video. You forget, like after skating the Roces 1992 or Roces 1992, how heavy these frames are, and how I talk about the UFS bolts only attaching to the sole. That's a flaw of this boot, that it would be an even better Wizard boot if the UFS bolts attached through the boot and not just through the sole, because you have your 4 mounts in the front, 4 mounts in the back, and then you'd have a mount going through the boot for UFS. So they can feel a little wibbly wobbly, but at least it's a smaller shell now. These performed incredible for the one time I got to skate them. I think that was like 10 or 15 days ago now. Oh, if the weather stays good, I will be doing more grinds and testing more frames in these. But this is the next test, and then probably back to an aggressive frame if the weather stays good. I will say, I think there's a possibility that a 278, like if you're a little bit more than 275 with the Intuition Premium, you might be able to get your foot in there. I was surprised at how wide, once everything was done up, how much space there still was in this area. That it's like a luxurious modern update of an M12. If only they had riveted cuffs. Uh-oh, baby. So I probably have to go soon. Lastly, I'll say that the thing that I talked about a couple times here, a few things I talked about, my sole plate complaints on the Seba and UFS bolts not going up through the boot. 2 things to be very excited about. Standards mounting alone, that's like reason enough to be excited for standard. Not only does it have a Smedium-ish, maybe a little bit less than a Smedium-ish size, but it has amazing mounting for the sole, the 3-point mounting. It looks even better than Adapt. So I'm very excited about that, very excited about the fit for standard, the angled soles. All of this was like prepping for Smedium and standard. So it'll be a lot of Smedium and standard content if you're into that kind of thing. These bearings, what's up with that? Anyways, I hope that was a good update on things I've been skating. Happy to have quickly squeezed a video in before the family house gets busy again, and I will be inline skating tomorrow if it stays dry. Yeah, keep skating or something. Thank you for watching. If you have requests on combinations to try or things to try on this, let me know. Good night.